Hello and welcome to our garden here in May of 2025. This video we're going to talk about our experiment growing Yukon Gold potatoes in containers like these. All right, welcome back to our garden. We got some potato plants today. We have tried growing potatoes 3 times now. This is our 3rd time. Second time, don't really need to talk about, didn't go so well. First time we got some potatoes. Hopefully this year we get some more. In the past, we grew potatoes where we put the seed potato down near the bottom, cover it a little bit with compost, and then as it grew, as the plant grew, we would hill or mound it as we go. So just a little more dirt, a little more dirt, a little more dirt until we got to the top. Didn't want to do all that work this year, and so we planted it in the same spot, except now we just put all the compost we want in and just let the plant grow out from the top at the very beginning. And overall, done pretty good so far this year. And a big question for us has been, how do we know when to harvest our potatoes? And we have different kind of potatoes here, just worked out that way. That'll kind of show that kind of step-by-step process. With this lovely potato plant here, everything's still nice and green for the most part, a little bit back here, but for the most part still really solid and green. This is still a week or 2 away. Just keep watering it and let it continue to grow. In the middle potato plant here, it's still pretty green. It's looking pretty good, but we are seeing some dying of the leaves, some yellowing down here at the edges, and some kind of showing that it's getting close. Again, still water regularly and keep an eye on it. Probably in a week, depending on the temperatures. It's looking pretty warm for us here the next few days, so maybe even sooner. But we'll just continue to keep an eye on it over the next few days. It'll probably be ready to harvest pretty soon. Whereas over here, this one, as you can tell, mostly died off. There's a little bit left, a little bit of some greenish yellow here. For the most part, it's died off, and this front part actually has been dead for a day or 2. So this one is likely ready to be harvested. We're going to give it a try and see how it is. This all kind of highlights how the maturity date can be a bit different, even though they're right next to each other. Alrighty, let's take a look. See what we got. All right, well, more than the last time. Not the greatest harvest. It was only 1 seed potato in there, and it was the lowest filled one, smallest pot that we had. We got a couple decent sizers, about 2, and then 3 kind of so-so, and then some little tiny ones. But hopefully the other 2 pots will provide a bigger harvest. But for just putting it in, the seed potato in, and then putting all of our compost in putting it all the way to the top, and then just letting the storms keep it watered for the most part, not too bad, I guess. Yeah. Here's hoping the other ones are a little bit better. All right, first harvest of the season with our potatoes. I'm gonna take them inside, and my wife will use them along with some store-bought sweet potatoes to make our dinner tonight. All right, welcome back to our garden. This is now 1 week since our first potato harvest, and now we're going to try our second potatoes growing in random containers that we had around, but we're going to see how this one has done. And a quick reminder, this was 1 week ago. We continued to water it, but as you can see, it looks like it's probably ready to harvest. All right, let's see what we got. This time we're just gonna dump it all out. Try to at least. There we go. Look at that. Sandcastle style. Okay. Came out nice and easy. See, lots of plenty good roots. Hopefully that means we got some potatoes. And this looks like all that we got from that pot, which for us has been our best harvest I think we've ever gotten, or at least tied for best. Very successful container for us. All right, our second harvest, best we've ever done, or at least tied for best we've ever done. And our local bluebelly lizard over there is cheering us on. I think that was the reason why we had so much success this time. Today's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of our viewers. And for my mom, I plan to give her what we just harvested for Mother's Day, along with some other things, but this will be a nice treat for her. Hello and welcome back to our garden. We have our third and final potato harvest of 2025. All right, we probably could wait a little bit more. It's still fairly green, but for two reasons we want to harvest now, or actually three. One, the potatoes we harvested a few days ago already showed a little bit of signs of maybe they could have been harvested even earlier. Two, our next few days are going to be quite busy, not really have time to do this. And three, we want to eat potatoes tonight and we want to harvest our potatoes. Alrighty, let's see what we get to harvest today. All right, that wraps up our third and final harvest of 2025 with our potatoes. All three did pretty good. This one was our bronze medal of the three, still on the podium, which means still happy. All right, so all three containers have been harvested. Each container had just one seed potato, and in total, our harvest is around 35 potatoes, which is good. All Yukon Gold, all took around the 90 to 110 day maturity date. Overall, great success. Tasted really good, and at the end of the day, that's the most important. We will try this again next year with a few slight changes. For those changes and that success of that experiment, check in with us again next year in 2026. If you have any tips or experience growing potatoes in containers, please share them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.